Pisces, let's talk about 2024 and how it's going to impact you. Listen, there are some changes occurring this year. We have Uranus and Jupiter that are going to be in a conjunction. We have Pluto that's moving into Aquarius. We have Jupiter then moving into Gemini, which is also a very strong area of life for you because it rules over your 4th house, home, family, when it comes to your sense of security, sense of belonging. So a lot of changes, and not forgetting that we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your 1st house. So a lot going on. There's a lot of energies that are going to continue from last year and progress forward. Now, some of you guys may have gone through some of these energies and some of you guys are yet to go through them. So it all just depends on your chart. Now, let's start off with Saturn and Neptune. So both Saturn and Neptune are going to be in your sign throughout 2024. In your 1st house, which means your sense of self, personality, identity, purpose, relationships with other people, whether that's marriage, a soulmate relationship, a romantic relationship, business partnership, or just somebody significant in your life. Like, that area is going to be impacted. And Saturn has a way of sometimes bringing challenges, restrictions, and limitations where you can feel a block. You may feel the stress of life, the harsh reality of life. Now, as a Pisces ruled by Neptune, you know, you like to be in the dream state. You like to drift away and dream away, and you like to look at the beauty. You like to look at the positivity. But Saturn is really removing those rose-tinted glasses, and anything that you've been romanticizing or avoiding, looking at from rose-tinted glasses, like Saturn will come through and show you reality and the harsh truth of reality. Saturn wants you to awaken to the truth. Saturn wants you to look at things for what they are, even if they're not sometimes pretty, even if they are not what you want them to be. Like, during this time, you're probably trying to navigate through who you are, what you want from life, your life purpose, or even relationships may be going through it. They may be going through the test of time. Some relationships have been probably problematic and there's been tense emotions brewing up. There have been some struggles and you've been trying to work through them, and then you have to ultimately make a decision. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I end this? Has time run its course? Like, Saturn is always going to teach you the lesson of time. The lesson of time, and all we have in this world is time and what we do with it. So that area of life, that axis, the 1st house and the 7th house are going through it. It's all about dissolving the illusions, getting rid of those rose-tinted glasses, seeing life for what it is, seeing people for who they are, seeing your purpose for what it is too, and taking on responsibility, taking on responsibilities that you probably have been avoiding, becoming more authoritative in your life, making more stronger decisions in your life, and also awakening and channeling the more mature sage that is within you. That is Saturn and Neptune in Pisces for you in 2024. On January the 20th, Pluto will move into Aquarius. It's going to dip back into Capricorn this year. It's going to dip back into Capricorn and then move back into Aquarius. But when it does move into Aquarius, it will move into your 12th house. Now the 12th house is a house of the subconscious, a dream state, your arts, creativity, your spirituality. This is also a very sensitive area of life. So when Pluto moves here, it can transform everything that you've believed in. It can transform your psyche, your consciousness. You can become actually very emotional, sensitive, and intense. Your dreams can take a much more psychic, more than usual. I mean, already if you are a Pisces ruled by Neptune, you have Pisces placements in your chart, you're very intuitive, psychic, and your dreams are very symbolic. But Pluto comes in with just so much more intensity, and in your dreams, it can take you to the underworld of your psyche, the darker aspects of your psyche, the things that you've been avoiding. Pluto is going to show you anything that's been hiding under the surface, anything you've been avoiding. And with Pluto in the 12th house, you can be very focused, very passionate about your spirituality and your spiritual practices, and really connecting more with source and divine in just a different way, perhaps through the esoteric arts. Pluto will also help you do that past life karmic work, like really get to the shadows, the cycles, the patterns that have been following you from lifetime to lifetime, and now it's time to really look at them for what they are and transform them from one state to another, alchemize them. You can also feel very sensitive during this time, and like I said earlier, take care of your mind, body, soul, and spirit, because Pluto can really impact your psyche and it can make you feel a little isolated and a little alone. So make sure you're around people. It may not be a time where you want to socialize, especially with Saturn and Neptune in your 1st house, but it's important to be around people as much as you can. Don't just cut yourself away from interacting with others, regardless if you feel like you can't relate, because you're going to need a strong support system. So it's important to be around those that you love during this time. Now, Uranus will be in Taurus throughout 2024 in your third house of communication, learning, traveling, and also siblings. And what's exciting is Uranus and Jupiter will be in a conjunction. This will occur on April the 20th at 21 degrees of Taurus. So this can be exciting because you can have a new opportunity that has to do with writing, communicating, learning, travel, or even like a new adventure with your siblings. Like an opportunity can present itself. Maybe you go on like a road trip that just is so spiritual. Maybe you go on a staycation, a spiritual retreat. Even though the third house has to do with communication, it's still a very spiritual house when you look at it from its esoteric point of view. And there is an opportunity here to open yourself to higher consciousness, to expand your crown chakra and your throat chakra. So for many of you, you will be getting spiritual upgrades, DNA upgrades, cosmic, galactic upgrades. Many of you can actually learn how to channel. You may be doing this naturally, but you're not aware of it, but you will become aware of it with Uranus and Jupiter in a conjunction in your third house. You learn how to do automatic writing, which is a form of channeling, and many of us do it all the time. You know, think about journaling. The more you journal, the more you'll learn how to actually do automatic writing. If you write down a question, you can actually learn how to answer it yourself, and that is a form of channeling. You will be able to access higher aspects of your consciousness. So this could be a very spiritual time, a very spiritually awakening time for many of you. On May the 25th, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, moves into your fourth house of home, family, and your sense of belonging, where you go to feel safe, your security, and also where you go to rejuvenate. So this could be a time where you actually take pleasure and joy in being at home. I mean, naturally with Saturn in Pisces impacting you and Pluto in the 12th house, you're going to feel like you want to be alone. So this is a time where you may just enjoy being at home a lot, and you're going to be a homebody. This could be a time where you can move, actually relocate. There could be some changes and expansion at home in connection to your family. This could be a time where you actually enjoy spending time with your family just more than before. Regardless of what you're going through with the Saturn and the Pluto, this could still bring forth happiness and joy at home. For some of you guys, this could manifest where Jupiter expands its energy and kind of like overwhelms you with just some, you know, family drama as well. Like Jupiter has a way like where it can just really exaggerate certain areas of life, so there can also be some family drama. There can either be family drama, family hiccups, or you feel overwhelmed by family, you feel a little more smothered by family, and right now you just need your space. So it can manifest in many different ways, but ultimately if you work with the abundance of Jupiter, you can find your sense of belonging, you can find peace and joy at home. And maybe this could be a new start where you move to a new home that you've been dreaming of, or move somewhere new and you find your soul tribe, a soul family. Or let's take a look at the nodes. So the north node is going to be in Aries, and the south node is going to be in Libra. The north node in your second house, south node in your 8th house. So your higher self wants you to focus on your self-worth and your self-value, and through money in the material world and through what you own and resources. So there's going to be a focus on developing that, focusing on money and security, focusing on probably saving up, being more financially independent and financially secure, because Aries has to do with independence. This is going to be a time where that area of life is going to be important. You're moving away from shared finances and resources and moving more into independence. So let's take a look at the new moon in Pisces. That's going to occur on March the 10th at 20 degrees. So this is your new moon. You're going to feel very sensitive to it. This is a time where you need to set your intentions, be in moon ceremony, plan, prepare, initiate, plant your seeds, be in a celebration. It's a beautiful Pisces new moon. When it comes to art and creativity and spirituality, this is a time to connect and really allow that energy to flow through you. And with the sun, the moon, Saturn, and Neptune all in Pisces, this is a time where you can really utilize your creative abilities and work with the Saturn energy to help you be more structured with your creativity and to be more disciplined with your creativity, so you can actually get results. So if you've been wanting to do something creative for a while, but you feel like you've lacked the discipline or you've just lacked the motivation to be on track, Saturn can actually help you and push you to really focus, work hard, hard and then set a time frame and work with it to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. Now in this new moon chart, we do have Mars and Uranus in a conflict. They are squaring each other, so there can be some rage or anger or frustrations really boiling up. So you got to be mindful of those emotions like coming out. Don't let them get the best of you. Don't do anything too risky. Be in a safe environment. Be with your art, your creativity, and your spirituality, because that's going to bring the best out of you. So don't let that Mars and Uranus energy get to you. That energy really wants to push you into being more independent, being more free. But because this energy is a square, it's a confrontational energy. So the best that you can do with it is alchemize that frustration. Alchemize, if you have any rage or anger, alchemize it and turn it into passion, so you can create a masterpiece, an artistic masterpiece. Or that passion and the motivation can help you to manifest what you're trying to achieve. On September the 17th, we have a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees. So the nodes will be changing in 2025 in the Pisces and Virgo axis, and you're going to get a little sneak peek of that energy in September with this partial lunar eclipse. So things can really change dramatically for a lot of you. Eclipse energy comes with all the intensity, comes with all the smoke. So prepare yourself. If you have any planets in Virgo, Pisces at 25 degrees, this will impact you the most, and it can just change your life. You know, eclipses can impact all areas of life, from your health, from your relationships, work, career, home, just any area of life. It can change dramatically. So if there's change that is much needed, and if your higher self wants to push you in a certain direction, it's going to push you whether you like it or not. And with Saturn, you know, in Pisces, and Neptune and Pluto in the 12th house, like, you're going through a major spiritual upgrade, and it's through these human experiences that pushes to our true essence, that pushes to awaken the different aspects of self. A major transformation is going to occur during this time. Like any outdated energy, anything that your higher self feels like it's not serving you anymore, anything that needs to change, like you're going to have a timeline shift, a timeline jump during this time. This lunar eclipse, because it's a partial lunar eclipse, it's going to be a sneak peek. The real energy is going to kick in 2025. So Pisces, I'm wishing you all the best for 2024. May this year be all that you desire it to be. I hope it works in your favor, and there are much blessings during 2024 for you. So take care. Make sure you subscribe, comment down below, connect with me. I have so many new videos coming out, and I will see you soon. Lots of love.